Hi, I'm Mark Immel with Plot Punch. We're here today on one of our food plots. As you can see, it's not a very large food plot. It's probably between a quarter to half acre. It's all wooded around us. This is one of the few food sources in the area. We don't own this property, so we're not allowed to cut trees. Otherwise, we probably try to make this a little bigger. But we're not able to do that, so this is what we're left with, so we try to make the most out of it. We've been using the Plot Punch fertilizer system on this field and have had some pretty good success with it. One thing we have to do because of the deer pressure that are put on here is we're trying to get this plot to last ideally through late bow season, which in Wisconsin here runs to the beginning of January. So one thing we have to do to get this established is we spray our regular Plot Punch program on here, but we're also adding a product called Contra. What Contra is, it's a temporary deer repellent. It's made out of all natural plant extracts. There's a garlic component in there that has a pungent smell that the deer don't necessarily like. But that's not enough alone to keep the deer off, so there's actually hot peppers in here as well. So if the deer get by the odor, they'll come and they will feed on it a little bit, but it drastically cuts down how much they eat and how much time they spend here. So it's not like they'll completely leave it alone, but they'll drastically reduce how much feeding pressure they put on for 2 to 3 weeks after an application of Contra. And it really depends on how much rain you get during that time, because after 3 weeks it's wore off. You certainly can reapply if you're looking for like just a gun season type food plot. Today is September 17th. It's opening a bow season, and we will be hunting this field. So our first application of Plot Punch was probably about the middle of August. We added the Contra in, kept the deer off. We were able to get it established. This is a sweet ryegrass with some brassicas mixed in. And I have 2 cameras on this plot, so we can kind of watch the progress. We were having 7 to 12 deer a day on this plot. After we sprayed the Contra, it probably went down to, I'm going to say, maybe 3 to 6 deer, and they stayed for a very short time. They ate a little bit, and then they'd move on. Now the Contra has wore off. It's September 17th. It's been, probably a good 4 weeks since our last application. And the deer are back here, and we have about 12 deer every evening in this field. And we're going to start hunting it. I don't know if anybody will hunt it tonight, but it is ready to go. And it's a very simple application. It adds right in with your Plot Punch program. It doesn't have to be used on every field, but you're going to have circumstances where you have a smaller food plot. You need to get it established, and that deer pressure, sometimes they can just wipe out a field. We used to have this field, and by the rut it would look like a putting green. They'd have it mowed right down. Now this will certainly make it through gun season, and like I said, we're hoping to make it through late bow season. We'll have to see, but it's a small plot with a lot of deer pressure, but it's fun to hunt because we see deer, and we've harvested our fair share off of here. Contra, add it into your Plot Punch fertilizer system, and you'll see good results.